Hello, welcome. This video will go through 5 tips on how to win a dispensary license in Illinois. A little bit about myself. My name is Michael Mays. I'm the CEO and founder of Quantum 9. I'm a Forbes contributor, as well as I've been writing applications since 2012, specifically in the cannabis space. We're actually licensed by the state to prepare government applications through a specific designation called a licensed expediter. A little bit about my firm, Quantum 9, we've prepared 81 applications in total since 2012. We've been successful at 73 of them, so we post a 90.12% success rate. We have 66 consultants that work for the practice that specialize in various fields, from dispensing all the way through quality assurance. We've practiced in 21 states now and 6 countries. The first tip is mainly around social equity applicant status. Now, this is going to be 50 of the 250 points, and there's 4 different ways in which an applicant can apply for this status. The first is that 51% of the ownership is owned by an individual that either lives in a disappropriately impacted area or has been negatively impacted by the drug law in the past that has an expungable drug crime. The other way is that 51% of your employees either live in the disappropriately impacted area or has been negatively impacted by the drug law. The IDFPR has provided a very interactive map to determine if you're in or out of those disappropriately impacted areas. So if you want to email us, I will provide that link for you. Second tip is find capital. Capital is king in this. The acquisition of an investor is going to be a huge element. Expect the pursuit capital to be anywhere from $350,000 to $1 million just to win the license. Capital expenditures will fall somewhere between $350,000 to $650,000. That solely depends on how ornate your dispensary is and its location. Now, expect your operating expenses annually to fall somewhere between $500,000 and $1.5 million. Now, as the dispensary scales, you're going to need more capital for additional product. Now, let's talk a little bit about the dispensary numbers. How much does a dispensary make? Now, that will include your sale of all of the products within the facility. Expect your profit margins to be somewhere in the 20 to 35% range. Most dispensaries mark up their products anywhere from 50 to 100%, sometimes a little bit higher during the infancy of the program, but most mark up 100% or more. The third tip here is structuring the company. Now, we suggest setting most of your dispensaries up as LLCs and then into S Corps, but that will depend on the owners and how they want to be taxed. Now, it's critically important to indicate to your investors that 51% has to be owned by a social equity applicant to get those 50 points. We also suggest that that social equity applicant also be a veteran. So you're given 5 additional points for having 51% ownership in the hands of a veteran that can provide a discharge paperwork, the DD-214. Additionally to that, 7 additional points are for Illinois residents. So 51% veteran social equity applicant that also lives in Illinois for 5 of the last 10 years. So 5 for veteran status, 50 for social equity applicant, 7 for residents. You're looking at 62 points right off the bat for structuring your company effectively, ensuring that you have the veteran, the social equity, and then the equity is in the right place. So this is critically important because this conversation has to be had with the investors early in the process. There are also additional ways in which you can garner points. The fourth tip here is to optimize that by getting a labor peace agreement. Now, this is a union contract that must be signed, and we suggest keeping it to the reception position, the individual that does the front desk work. Now, by relegating it to a certain position, you can really hone in on where the union actually focuses on. The next tip is for the community impact. Now, there's 7 points here, but this is only for an instance where 2 dispensary applicants tie, and then the 7 points comes into play. You'll get between 1 and 7 based on that plan, and it's only for tiebreakers. Although this isn't required, we definitely suggest including it. The last tip is writing the exhibits. The first is that you're given page allotments for each one of your plans. We suggest optimizing and maxing out those pages if possible. The second tip is to focus on the areas that have the highest point totals. a cursory pass once you've filled out all of your information and you're in the refinement phase. Take your last 3 to 4 days and really optimize and focus on the plans that'll give you the highest point totals. And again, there's 250 points plus 7 extra. You're only looking at 257 points total for this application. So ensure that you focus on the areas that are the most fruitful. So I hope you enjoyed this short video. Again, my name is Michael Mays. My number is 888-716-0404. And you can email me at info@quantum9.net or visit us at quantum9.net if you have any questions. Really appreciate you guys watching the video and let me know how I did. Thanks.